Hello there, Cheers Roses. Welcome back to the YouTube. What if all adults disappeared? They all get Thanos snapped. They vanish. Would it be good or would it be bad? Where would you go? What would you do? That's exactly what we're going to be looking at in today's video. Okay, now what this video does is it shows a timeline from as soon as everybody's parents disappear to 1,000 years into the future. This video gets a lot darker than I expected. So make sure you stick around to the end to find out why. Okay, I just want to point out this little statistic, guys. So of all of you guys that watch my videos, 80.7% of you are not subscribed. So that leaves 19.4% of you subscribed. That needs to change. If you watch my videos, guys, and I make you laugh, then please do subscribe. It really helps me out. And we're growing all the time, and it's just great. And I love you. And okay, let's get into the video. Okay, so 1 minute after the disappearance of all adults, psychological and emotional distress. Yeah, fair enough. I can imagine that. How would you react if your parents suddenly disappeared? I would be very, very sad. I love my parents. 30 minutes after all adults disappear, kids realizing they can do whatever. What would be the first thing you would do? Well, considering I am an adult, I wouldn't be here. But if I was a kid and all adults disappeared, I'd be trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Like, where is everyone? Let's imagine you're in school, right? And it happens while you're in school and all the adults disappear. You'd be like, with all your friends, just searching for people, wouldn't you? And then after days went by and you realized adults aren't there, then you'd be like, right, well, I can do whatever I want. After 30 minutes, no more school. Like a very long summer vacation, no school. Oh my God, imagine you wake up to go to school and you realize your parents aren't there and you're like, what the hell? What do I do? And you start panicking and then all of a sudden your friend phones you and he's like, I can't find my parents. And you're like, oh my God, same. And then another friend phones. Like, what the hell's going on? That would make a great film. After 1 hour, kids start driving. Who didn't want to try driving as a kid? Me. I was actually scared of driving. I just didn't want to die. I can drive now, though. 2 hours after the disappearance, start eating junk food. With no adults around, dessert is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, well, you could do that anyway. After 3 hours, form a clan and segregate. It's going to be pretty hard to survive all alone. Yeah, you'd also start getting pretty hungry after that point. I suppose, yeah, you could just eat all the food, though, that you got in the house. After 4 hours, electricity runs out. It's all fun and games until nature says bedtime is at 4 p.m. Why would the electricity run out? Would all the power plants have, like, turned off or something? Oh my God. After just 4 hours, it's already getting a bit shit, isn't it? Power goes out and you can't find your parents. But after 5 hours, kids will raid stores for food. They will raid stores and any empty houses looking for food. Oh my God. It'd be absolutely carnage and there'll be no police to stop them. Literally no one to stop the Year 7 chavs either, apart from Henry and his clone machine. After 6 hours, probably a lot of parties at first. Yeah, there would be. The whole world would be having a party. A search party, maybe, looking for your parents. It's a lot of people to look for, though. And why not? Don't you wish you could have had more parties as a kid? Yeah. I didn't really get invited to any parties when I was a kid. After 7 hours, running water in homes won't exist. Okay, so you lose your power, and now you've lost your running water. This is shit. I thought this might be great. I thought this would be a fantastic thing. Apart from, you know, missing your mum and dad, I thought it might be, look at the plus side, you can do whatever you want. But all of a sudden, we have no access to water. And in turn, the kids won't smell great. Yeah, that's true. Everyone would just stink of shit. After 8 hours, a lot of sleepovers would happen. That is true. You don't have to ask your parents' permission if you want to invite your friend over. They could just come over. After a day, kids would smoke. They'd realize no adults around, no one can tell me what to do. And then they just light a cigarette. This can cause serious lung problems in really young people. Yeah, don't smoke, kids. After 1 day, kids would drink alcohol. Regret will ensure soon after. They would have crazy hangovers. Also, after a day, kids would drink coffee. What age did you guys start drinking coffee? I don't know, like 15, 16, probably? After 2 days, migration would happen. Who doesn't want to live somewhere warmer? Wow, yeah. Although if you live in the UK, though, how are you going to get to any other country? You're stuck. You're stuck on the island. Unless you have a boat, because you can't go across the Channel Tunnel. You're just stuck in the UK. After 3 days, phones would all die. Oh no, there's no way of contacting your friends. This means they would have to find other ways to communicate. That would be so weird, wouldn't it? This would make such a good film. After 3 days, more drinkable water available. Less people equals less consumption, so at least there's something positive. Yeah, but eventually that's all gonna go because no one's there making more. They're gonna have to go like foraging in to find lakes and things and streams to get more water eventually. After 4 days, poorer countries are less affected. Children in these countries already need to fend fend for themselves. Yeah, they're already well adapted. Like kids in Africa, it's pretty much how they're living already. Plus, they've got parents. It's not really how they're living, actually. After 1 week, there would be chaos. That is true because there would just be no police. There'll be kids running around doing absolutely anything they wanted. Oh my god. Oh my god. After 1 week, all babies would die. Bloody hell, keep it light. Sadly, with no one to look after them, it's inevitable. I feel like if you're a teenager, you could probably look after a baby, right? You'd like to think so. It's a bit bleak, isn't it? After 2 weeks, you have to learn to hunt and cook for yourself. Wow. Imagine going hunting with some friends just to stay alive. At least this will force people to develop life skills, yeah. Oh no! This is worse than the babies. After 2 weeks, animals in zoos would die. No. Who's gonna feed them? The teenagers could. The kids could feed the animals. Don't let the animals die. Just let them out, wouldn't you? You just let them roam free and get eaten by the lion. That's worse than the babies dying. What a quote. After 15 days, tried and failed flying a plane. This is definitely what I'd do first. I'd die for sure, but oh well. I would not try and fly a plane. Just because there's adults in this world isn't the reason it stopped me flying a plane. I don't know how to fly a plane, so I'm not going to try to fly a plane. I'd have better chance of sailing a boat if I was trying to get to another country. Also, after 15 days, animals farmed for food would die. This includes cows, sheep, and chickens, which are farmed for food. Oh my god, the food is running out. Also, after 15 days, it would be hard to travel. The only options would be traveling by car, boat, or bike. If all adults disappeared, so assuming everyone 18 and above is gone, right? So there would be some 17-year-olds who could technically drive legally. If you were 17 as well, you'd just be like the leaders of the children. After 3 weeks, you use items as payment. What value does a coin really hold? Yeah, I mean, well, it's basically bartering, isn't it? That's what they used to do before money. Exchange an item for an item. I give you stick, you give me rock. Also, after 3 weeks, kids would start fighting each other. In the words of Dana White, fighting is in our DNA. Yeah, there would be a lot of fights. Imagine how big the fights would be. You know what it's like fights in school? In a school, there's actually a teacher to stop the fights. Here, no. After 3 weeks, houses and roads would get dirty. No cleaners and no one to make you clean. A recipe for disaster. Yeah, that would just be litter. People would just be dropping litter. It would be a shit show. After 1 month, trying to gain territory. The age-old battle of fighting over land. I mean, I'd just probably try and defend my house and leave it at that. I wouldn't feel the need to expand anymore. I don't know. I would just try and stick with my friends. After 1 month, the strongest ones would rule. Intelligence isn't power when it comes to primal instincts. Yeah, it'll be all the 17-year-olds. They would have all the power. After 2 months, kids without older siblings will die. Yeah, so if you're like 3 or 4 years old and you don't have any older siblings, maybe this wouldn't be a very nice film. It's pretty dark. Unless older kids would take them under their wing. Yeah, that's true. You'd hope. God, this video's got really dark really quickly. We've spoken about dying babies, dying kids, and dying animals in zoos, which is the worst one. After 2 months, there would be more murder. Who's going to stop them? It's true. Kids would start forming tribes and making their own civilizations. After 2 months, some kids won't adapt. No medical care or heating means frailer people won't survive. Yeah, I mean, that's just the food chain though, isn't it? After 2 months, consume illegal substances. Well, if they manage to find them at least. Yeah, well, somebody would accidentally stumble across it and be like, what the hell is this? White powder. Do I eat it? And then they'd just die. After 2 months, kids with medical issues won't survive. Oh, f***ing hell, man. This is dark. No one to diagnose them, to say what medicine to take, or perform surgeries. Jesus Christ, this is horrible. After 3 months, teenage pregnancy. Kids with teens follow primal instincts. Who's going to deliver the child, though? I mean, yeah. Well, it's just going to go back to just how the cavemen used to do it. Did they have anyone deliver the baby? They just shot it out, didn't they? If they managed back then, they could probably manage now. It would be horrible giving birth without having someone deliver it. But I think they could do it. They'd be alright. After 3 months, many kids would become overweight. At first, at least, no one would keep them eating healthy. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And then all the food would run out. And then all of a sudden, everyone's got anorexia. After 3 months, processed food finishes. Now everyone needs to really learn to fend for themselves. All the food that they've been stealing from shops, breaking into Tesco, that's all gone now. Even like the tinned food that keeps forever, that's all gone. So now, They have to start hunting, I guess, and growing their own stuff. After 4 months, kids would be very hungry. How many of you guys knew how to cook as a kid? I learned because my mum was a chef. Everyone would just find the kids that know how to cook and know how to farm and just form their own civilization. And that would be the only way that they would survive. Otherwise, yeah, they're just going to die, aren't they? Oh my god, this video, honestly. After 4 months, kids would mature fast. They'd have to in order to survive. Yeah, they would. Otherwise, they would die. Imagine if all of a sudden everyone's parents came back. Your parents would be like, oh my god, you're an actual literal caveman, but you know how to cook for yourself. You know how to hunt. You know how to do all these things. After 5 months, you develop survival techniques. You'd be asking people, anyone here know how to make a fire from scratch? Because otherwise, at night, nights are going to be very cold, especially in the winter. Oh my god. At least all the houses are like pre-built though. They don't have to build houses. They can just break in and sleep. After 7 months, less processed food would be eaten. I don't suppose any kids know how to make sausages from scratch. Oh yeah. I mean, what would they eat? They'd just be eating like anything they can find. Like just be foraging for things outside, killing animals, I guess. It'd just be completely survival mode. It'd be like playing Ark Survival Evolved without the dinosaurs. After 8 months, kids would have to grow their food. I would have suggested doing that way earlier. Anyone who likes gardening is at a massive advantage. That is true. I would find all my friends I know that like gardening, which now that I think of it is no one. It would just be all of their mums. I would be so f***ed. I feel like I've got no survival instincts apart from knowing how to cook. I don't know how to hunt though, or forage. After 8 months, kids would read more. Would they? Without the internet, how else would they learn to rebuild society? That's true, yeah. Because, yeah, there would be no internet, no electricity. Yeah, they would, actually. After a whole year from the disappearance of your parents, kids used to the cold live longer. Could you survive the winter without electricity? I reckon I could, yeah. I know how to start a fire. I don't know if I could start a fire with flint, like doing the with little rocks, but you'd have to have, like, a very big supply of matches. If you don't have a fire in winter and you got no heating, yeah, you're toast. You're not surviving. After 2 years, ammunition will run out. Hopefully, at this point, most of the fighting will have stopped. Wow, yeah. Just be what a crazy world that would be. After 2 years, everyone's hair will grow really long. Would they? Why? We still have access to scissors. It's not like kids don't know how to use scissors. It's just they haven't been allowed to. After 2 years, eventually, they will cooperate. They're going to have to, or the species is done for. They have to be friends. Fast forward 50 years into the future, pollution would lessen. No electricity and no adults means no fuel being burnt. The Earth will be happy. That's nice, isn't it? But there is a positive to it. And then finally, fast forward 1,000 years into the future, there would be a lower world temperature. An ice age may even come due to less global warming. Who knows? Let's do it. Let's just get rid of all the adults, guys, because the Earth needs it. Just kidding. Please don't murder your parents. Just don't do that. Right, well, there you go. I mean, there'll be a lot of destruction and war and dead babies. But apart from that, if you just look at the climate change going back to a better number, if you just look at the world being healthier for it, maybe it's a good idea. Well, that was a great video. That was very interesting. Hope you learned something, guys. Let me know in the comments what you want to see me do in the next video. Before we go, don't forget to like and subscribe. Really helps me out. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!